Testing. Testing. All right. All right. Okay. It's working perfectly. Good. All right. Hello and welcome. You are listening to the SIHL TV and radio network. This is the SIHL pregame show. All right. Hello and welcome. You're listening to the SIHL. I'm not gonna repeat myself. Glad to have you. It's the pregame show for the Orlando Ocean and the Louisville Lions. Actually, it started at 7:35 p.m. Eastern. It was supposed to be originally a 6:35 p.m. start, but some delays. But we're gonna get this one underway. The Orlando Ocean and the Louisville Lions. I told you I need to be better, but now I have a new thing. I'm getting to readjust the date. Pretty good about doing that. Not like whenever I get to it. No more of that. Where I say the date and whenever I say the new starting time is, it starts at that time. Alright.
You brought your silverware up, right?
Yes. Alright, so sorry about that. Yeah, I got food. So CSIHL pregame show. I'm gonna feast. I will be feasting during this. You're gonna hear some crunching, but it won't have to happen right at the same time as when I'm supposed to eat dinner. So I just eat up here. Yeah, I do eat my dinner during these, but. So the Orlando Ocean and Louisville Lions. Let's take a look at the box score starting off. So a big day yesterday, which I'm just taking a screenshot of the scores. Eventually I'll have a written report for that. But some crazy storylines here. So Denver Dragons. I'm just gonna point this one out, and then there's a much crazier one that we covered last night. We'll get to that one. That was an amazing game. So the Denver Dragons and the Minnesota North Stars. If you go back, the Denver Dragons shut out the Calgary Cougars 3-0. We covered that game. I mean, right after they go and they lose 6-1 to the Minnesota North Stars. How? I don't know. So if we take a look at their, they couldn't score. That's kind of what that tells me. Because the first time I've seen this, they couldn't score, and then they squeak one out in the third. Meanwhile, their defense gives up six goals after a 3-0 shutout. That is such a big reversal. So then, yeah, meeting. Just ignore it. So that's odd. So now the Denver Dragons are 2-2. So we'll see. So the start of this 3-game back-to-back set, Louisville Lions and the Orlando Ocean started yesterday this series with a 4-3 win for the Louisville Lions. We're coming to the game today, which is delayed, and then they'll play tomorrow at 6:35. Yeah, I believe 6:35 p.m. Eastern. So those are tomorrow's games. These are tomorrow's. These four. No, hold on. Yeah, these are tomorrow, and then Friday there's just the one. So just the 4 games today. I got Minnesota. That starts at that probably 8:05, and we got we're still the earliest game of the night. Orlando Ocean and the Louisville Lions. Like probably could have been scheduled this way and just been fine. And then you have these 2 late ones. Vegas and Vancouver. I believe that one's first. Like 6:45 p.m. local time. And then that would be 9:48, 5 p.m. Eastern. And at 10 o'clock, you have the San Diego Sharpshooters and the Portland Pilots in San Diego at San Diego Ice Arena. So, yeah, those are games today. Even with the delay, we're still going to be the earliest one to get started. So, the Orlando Ocean haven't won a game yet. They're 0-3. And the Louisville Lions haven't lost a game yet. Either those trends continue or they don't. It's one or the other, because if Louisville loses, then Orlando wins. And if Orlando wins, Louisville loses. So, but if Louisville wins and Orlando loses, then it's going to be 3-0 for Louisville, and then Orlando will be 0-4. Let's take a look at the Orlando Ocean's first 3 games, and we'll come back to the Louisville Lions. So for the Orlando Ocean, let's take a look at their first 3 games. 4-2 loss to start the season against the K-Wings, 2-0 loss against the Washington Generals, and then yesterday a 4-3 loss to the Louisville Lions. First of a 3-game set. And they're in town today, and then they're in town tomorrow. And we do skip a lot of off days because we can get this season done by January. And then for playoffs in February. That's kind of what I was hoping. So the Orlando Ocean and the Louisville Lions. Let's take a look at your starting lineups. Got about 7 minutes to do so we can talk a little bit about them. I keep going to look at that box. We're about a weekend, and I'm still doing that. So, take a look at your starting lineups for the Orlando Ocean. Got Anthony Duclair, got Jack Hughes, and Bobby Brink on that top line. I mean, they do have a pretty solid top line. They aren't really playoff ready, though. That's the thing. They got Jack Hughes, and they got Duclair. Those are their big pieces. And then they got Pavel Zacha on that second line in center with Ross Colton at left, and Emil Bemstrom in right, Bobby Brink at right, Jack Hughes at center, and Duclair in left. Then for your bottom 6, it is not great. It's not the greatest. But Matt Martin, Johnny Brodzinski, Matt Martin in left, Johnny Brodzinski in center, and Justin Bailey in right. Adam Ernie in left, Mike Vecchione in center, Dalton Smith in right. They don't necessarily have the strongest, but they do have some. They do have, I guess they're like veterans. Although they're more like SIHL level veterans. They're all around 30. So bottom line is around 30. So they're like, I guess, right where their prime would be, but they're not actually in their prime. So take a look at the Orlando defense. We got Torrey Krug for your left and right top pairings with Huso Valimaki. Your top T pairing, and then Dylan Sandberg and Dakota Mermis for your second pairing, and then your final D pairing will be Kevin Ball and Cameron Gotts. So, and then we're going to go to the Louisville offense. So you got Matty, in left, and Elias Pettersson in center, and Alexander Holtz in right. That's your top D pairing for the Louisville Lions. Then for your second line, you got Sam Hanzik, Sam Bennett, Mackenzie McCarron, and then their bottom six is probably one of the roughest in the league. You got outside of Morgan Barron, and then you got Ross Johnston, Morgan Barron, Liam Foudy, and then right. Wow, Hanzik in left, Bennett in center, McCarron in right. Ross Johnston in left, Morgan Barron in center, and Liam Foudy in right. Then the bottom line, you got Dalton Smith. We have a duplicate. Great. We're gonna have a duplicate in this game. I've done my best not to avoid duplicates. That one is one that would definitely slide under the radar. Dalton Smith's on the other team too. For the purpose, I'm probably going to ignore him anyway. Cause look at him. He's on the bottom six. And Rasmus Asplund, Ryan in center, and Ryan Francis in right. You got Thomas Hurley and Moritz Seider on that top line. Hurley in left, and Moritz Seider at center. John Merrill for secondary pairing. You got John Merrill and Seth Jones, and then your bottom pair you got Colin White and Kevin Craffle. And take a look at your starting goaltenders. And we're gonna have Liam Saltmark, yours starting for the Louisville Lions, and then Brandon Bussey is the backup, which he's your backup for tonight. And then take a look at the Orlando Ocean, Ilya Samsonov once again, and Aaron Fabio, he'll be your starting goaltender here tonight. I'm Thomas Roast. 7:34. Let's get this one underway. I still don't have an intro. Didn't get to it. Just want to see what the ults. Pretty cool, but yeah, we're gonna be in the home teals. I just want to see. I don't remember. It's a sick big gray alternate. So we're gonna get this one underway, and that's the pregame show. You are listening to the SIHL CVN Radio Network. Puck drop in just a moment. I want to eat during intermission as much as possible. Enjoy the game. Hello and welcome. We're tuning in to the SIHL CDN Radio Network. We are underway here on a Tuesday night. The Louisville Lions being hosted by the Orlando Ocean. We are underway. Glad to have you tuning in this one. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this one. So Orlando Ocean battling in the near corner. in their own zone. Matt Nieto on the backhand for the Louisville Lions. Up high with Hurley, and a shot there blocked. So one scooped there by Anthony Duclair. Duclair able to move in, top of the left circle, drop off over to Jack Hughes with a shot there, save at the backhand. Anthony Duclair again. That shot went over top of the net and the glass and out of play. We'll have a face-off. One shot apiece to start off. So Jack Hughes facing Lee Inspection off the face-off win. It's Yusuf Alamaki. Better sitting interception, able to find more Sider along the right way. Down on the bottom of the right circle, more Sider. Yusuf Alamaki is there. Along the wall. Victoria Kruger hit behind the play is there. Here's Anthony Duclair over the blue line. Moving in the high slot. Right to the right, but he didn't really get a shot away. The backhand able to whip around. Backhand shot on Olmark. And a save there. Load on for the whistle. Glad to have you tuning in on the SIHL TV Radio Network. I'm probably going to be saying that over and over again. Glad to have you tuning in. Here, we just got started. Slap shot that were out the body and down in the corner it goes. Here's John Merrill. Battle in the corner there. Able to go back up high. High slot down Simmer with a shot there and save. He's looking to the side. Ross Fulton down low. Pavel Zaka is there on the back end. Pavel Zaka. That one turned over by John Merrill. Here comes Sam Hanzik out to center. Hanzik to slap shot there. Save with the blocker there. In the far corner it goes. Behind the goal, Sam Hanzik. Hanzik right out in front. Shot there to save. Ilya Samsonov. On the face-off one, here's Ilya Samsonov. Immediately going to hold on for a whistle. Right off the face-off. Roscoe taking the face-off against Rasmus Asplund. What is his name? No, Colton loses the face-off, and the Louisville Lions in the face-off, but Ross Colton gets right back. Emil Renstrom with a shot there, and a save down the corner it goes. Ross Colton is there in the far corner. Out of center is Asplund, so Louisville Lions in the red whites, with the blue shoulders and the black pants, and the blue and white stripes. And Orlando Ocean going to be in their home blue and their home teal and grays. And teal being the main color. Gray being the secondary. Shot there on the backhand. Right to Sampson in the Orlando zone. They save as they get back out to neutral lights. They hit behind the play. Here's Johnny Bronzinski. Top of the right circle. Able to slap shot by Thomas Hurley. Able to block it. And Louisville goes back into the offensive zone. It's Asplund. He shoots and glove save. And I went on for the whistle. So we'll have another penalty in a 4-on-4 for 1 minute and 6 seconds. So Johnny Bronzinski going to the box. And there's going to be like a slashing or a hooking call there. It's all going to be slashing. Jack Hughes taking the face off against Sam Bennett. Other odds, Dakota Murmas able to go cross ice with Anthony Duclair. Down the left wing side, shot there to save that in the slot. And Setron's able to scoop it right back up over to Matt Nieto. Nieto drops well Sam Bennett. Two of them very close on the ice. Here's Jack Hughes as he gets the Blues puck, goes back the other way. Jack Hughes, the star player for the Orlando Ocean. Nice move into the front and a save. Lena Solmar recording off for the whistle. 14-12 to go with the first here in Orlando at the Wave Center. Jack Hughes and Sam Bennett taking the face off. Out the draw back up high over to Dakota Murmas. One took it away from Sam Bennett. On a 2-on-1. Here he goes. And he loses the puck pretty quickly to Dylan Sandberg for the Orlando Ocean, but it's kept in. But not for long. Murmas knocked off. Bennett in the neutral zone. More Sider re-enters the Orlando zone, but he lost it immediately. Goes all the way back out to center. And then actually slides into the Louisville zone, but the Lions get it back out. 25 seconds on a power play that just developed after the 4-on-4 ended. Alexander Holt. Right out in front, Sam Bennett with a shot to save. Down to 18 seconds with the main advantage. After the neutrals, one more insider trying to hold on it. He was able to get it over to Sam Bennett. His teammate is a re-enter. Seth Jones, good pass, Holt, stop at the right circle. The weak shot to the net, and a save there as it knocked to the corner. Pedersen trying to battle for it, keeping it in. Jones got a shot and a goal save. Elias Samsonov as Jones took a hit, and we'll have a stoppage of play. Still scoreless game here on a Tuesday night for some Tuesday night hockey. Johnny Brodzinski on the third line, take the draw against Morgan Barron. Not the face-off one, it's Kevin Ball. Able to get over to Brendan Gantz. Brendan Gantz on the backhand. From Martin, weak shot to the goal, and a save there. Shot there. Seriously, and Putty able to move the line, but they lost control. On the near side boards, the Orlando Ocean. They pass over to Sam Martin. Shot, save the blocker by Lena Solmark. Back on the near side, it's Morris Sider along the left foot boards. Martin steals away. Bailey tried to take a slap shot, but a good block there. Johnson after center. Here comes the Louisville line shot by the Orlando crowd. Morgan Barron in front, but took it away by by Martin. On over the blue line. Brodzinski to the drop-off pass. Good shot. Omar comes out of his goal, but he makes the save. So we try just to get the whistle to blow. Louisville out the face-off draw. Smith over there. Francis have to center ice. Torrey Kruger's there, but he's pinned against the wall. Torrey Kruger got the center in over the blue line and move in top of the circle, knocked off there. Torrey Kruger right in the middle of the shot and a save, Lena Solmark. Becky on the other face-off winner. There's Torrey Kruger there. Over to Adam Ernie. With a weak shot to the net from the high slot and a save. Scooped up in the right wing corner deep in the zone. Behind the goal, the pass goes. And the White has possession of it. Good pass over to Smith. Smith able to move on in. I saw his friends with a shot blocked there by Torrey Kruger. There is Adam Ernie over there. Over to Mike Vecchione. On the backhand, Smith. Ernie with a shot there and a save. Francis is there, able to find Gravel. Try to get a drop-off pass, didn't work out too well. Gravel the pass over to Francis there over the red line. Smith is there. Smith on the backhand. Slap shot, a save, rebound, and a save. There's Houston Mountain. Kalamaki trying to fight for it with Francis in the corner, and the play blows dead. Well, the whistle blows the play dead, so we'll have a face-off. Pavelzaka facing Elias Pedersen. In the face-off circle. And the Usher winning off the draw in their own territory. And Saka able to move out to center and lead the way. Benstrom the drop-off pass to the back end in the high slot. Krug knocked off as he was in position with a shot. Easy save. Colton is in the corner. Orlando trying to create some shooting lanes here. The pass to Benstrom, but Nieto in the way. And Louisville takes control. Narrow back check cleverly, but he lost it. Nieto to the throat, he scores! Matt Nieto, his second goal this season. And the Louisville Lions lead 1-0. So moving in on the far side, then Matt Nieto's moving through the middle. There's an Orlando defenseman right there. You can see him. I can see the name. I just saw number 47. He's in the way, and then Nieto's teammate gets around the pass, gets Nieto right in the slot, and then Elias Samsonov, not in the greatest of positions, leaves the 5-hole wide open and it goes through. On the backhand, weak shot, glove save for the backhand. Samsonov holding on for a whistle. So Lions lead 1-0 here on a Tuesday night. Glad to have you tune again. All the face-off one, back up high. John Merrill able to rip one, but it's blocked. Put him over to the corner. Over to Anthony, too clear, able to get out to center ice. Back up He's surrounded by defensemen, but gets a pass over to Jack Hughes with a shot to save. Made too many bodies to the way. Alexander Holtz is there. Elias Pettersson out to center. Here's Matt Nieto over the line. Good pass, Pettersson. Shot there. Save with the pad. Turned to the near side. Is Jack Hughes pinned against the wall in the corner with Matt Nieto, but do a bit of a battle. Jack Hughes held on to it. And some passing, and it ends up in the stick of Bobby Brink. Brink to pass to Zaka in front with a shot to save. Linus Solmar. So, some really good passing by the Louisville line. So then Jack Hughes got in the shoulder, and that is something to worry about for the Louisville Lions. Jack Hughes, because he is their star player. He's still out there. He's playing through it. Jack Hughes facing Sam Bennett off the face-off win. And it wins it for the Louisville Lions against Jack Hughes, which Jack Hughes is a tough face-off opponent. So, big win there for Sam Bennett and the Louisville Lions. And Orlando able to get it back. Duclair right to the front with a shot. Oh, what a move. Save. There were many bodies behind him, pressuring him, and he still got the shot away. John Merrill there off an intercepted pass. Here's Sam Bennett after the neutral zone and over the blue line. And looking for that lane, but Sandberg blocked all of the possible lanes. Shot there on the back end. And there in a save. Elias Samsonov putting off the whistle with ease. Johnny Brodzinski and Sam Bennett. 3:37 to go in the first. Out the face-off draw. Here's some more insider shot to hit as he shot and a save there. Sam Hanzik at the corner. Sam Bennett with shot easy. Shot to the net. Elias Samsonov the save, holding on for the whistle. 3:19 remaining in the period. 17 shots for the Orlando Ocean and 16 shots for the Louisville Lions. Louisville with the only goal so far. Just over 3 minutes to go in period one. Off the face-off winning is gone. It's able to get out to Martin. Now to center and over the line. Moritz Sider. Zach McKieran. There's Kevin Ball. Takes it back for Orlando. Johnny Brodzinski for the Ocean. Martin right in front. A shot there blocked, but a couple Louisville bodies in the way. Thomas Hurley. Loose puck. McKieran retrieves it and good spin around to avoid defense. Hanzik able to move over in the opposite zone in the slot. Hanzik right out in front. He scores! First goal of the season for Sam Hanzik for the Louisville Lions. And the Lions lead 2-0. Some really good setup in front of the net by these two Lions forwards. And Hanzik, he gets right down the front on Elias Sampson on his right, which he's paying attention to the guy that's more in the slot. And then when the pass comes, Samsonov does not expect it, and he cannot react quick enough. Bennett and Sider the assists. On the second Louisville goal, here's Lane Footy over the line. And they get around some difference. Good weaving right to the front. And a save. Samsonov holding on. Lions lead 2-0. Late here in period one. On the face-off one, here's a Valimaki, Torrey Crew, the drop-off pass. And so Orlando can regroup. Orlando struggling to start off this year. And as they continue, as in the first period, they're down 2-0. The Ocean haven't. Still looking for the first win of this year and over the line. Scooped up back by Kusa Valimaki. Here's Pavel Saka. Stremstrom in the middle. And Colton back check. Kelly still gets a shot off and a save. Linus Solmar. So the Orlando Ocean still haven't won it. They're still looking for their first win this year. And Louisville, who have played 2 games so far. Orlando's played 3. Louisville's played 2. Louisville's won both of them. Top of the right circle. Cooked up high slot with a shot there and a save of the glove. Linus Solmar will do it all over again. 22.8 seconds remaining here in the first period. .22 seconds remaining in the first. Off the face-off win. Dorkrug right out in front. There's Alexander Holtz back on the near wall. Holtz in the back end. Orlando down low. Merrill steals it away, and that will end the period. One more chance for Peterson. Nieto, and time will run out as Nieto entered the offensive zone. 20 minutes of the books. Lions lead 2-0 after 1. You are listening to the SIHL CBN Radio Network. So, first intermission report. The Louisville Lions and the Orlando Ocean. Glad to have you to the game. 19 shots for Orlando, just 18 for the Lions. So the Lions here, for Louisville, I mean, really good execution. Definitely not perfect play, but some really good execution. Really good passing, that's what I've noticed. They're able to cycle the puck well. Orlando has not been able to do that, and they're struggling with maintaining possession of the puck to begin with. What I'm seeing mostly is Orlando. It seems like they get something going, and then they like their puck possession needs a lot of work. Which I've seen this with. Toronto. I've seen this with, where they just keep turning it over. Is there a way to track turnovers? Let's see. No. This just has that's just shots. I don't think there is a way to track that, unfortunately. He lets factor players, so that's cool. Yeah, just ignore their NHL identity. Jack Hughes for Orlando. Patterson for Louisville. Olmark for Louisville. Let's see. You can see just two for Orlando, but then 5 for the Louisville Lions. Louisville, they don't have like the greatest team, but they do have a decent team. Louisville last season, they were pretty good. Just were they like fantastic? I wouldn't say they're fantastic by any stretch of the imagination. I'm gonna go some more fish. So I'm sorry that you have to hear me chew. Those some good fish. And, oh yeah, I'm gonna eat these pickles out of the way because they're the loudest. I do like pickles. But I only have 2. Again, don't focus on my eating. Just had to eat those. They were good, but don't focus on my eating. Focus on what's really important is these stats. So, 25 hits for the Orlando Ocean, 24 for the Louisville Lions. 12 faceoffs for the Orlando Ocean, 8 for the Louisville Lions. Both teams had a power play, which led to that like 4-4. Neither team was able to score. Then Louisville had the 2 goals later, and they had one like and one about halfway through, and then they had the other one with like 2 minutes left. So then also 12 faceoffs, 1 for the Orlando Ocean, just 8 for the Louisville. Louisville struggling with faceoffs, but they're still winning team. Louisville struggling almost all the stats. So that's it. I didn't even realize that until just now. Orlando has more shots, more hits, more possession time. They've won more faceoffs, and they're still down 2-0. Louisville, maybe they're taking better shots. Maybe it's a quantity over quality thing that Orlando's struggling with. They're just taking as many shots they can. Meanwhile, struggling to hold on to the puck. And then their shots will end up, oh yeah, let's shoot at his pad 100 times and see if it ever goes in. Well, ideal. I mean, they don't want that. They won't tell you that's part of their plan. But they can't evade Louisville defense. So then what they do is they end up taking those not so great shots that are just at the pad, at the chest, right at the blocker, instead of going for the open spaces of the net. So that's the SIHL Animation Show. You are listening to the SIHL TV and Radio Network. And this is Period 2 of the Orlando Ocean, the Louisville Lions. Sit back and enjoy. Period 2, the Louisville Lions being hosted by the Orlando Ocean. Here are the way it's done on a Tuesday night. 2-0 Orlando. Jack Hughes taking the face-off, and more start off the face-off win. Center ice, and we're back underway in for period 2. Magneto top of the zone, a fire along the blue line, Elias Pearson. Slap shot and a save, Elias Samsona. Bit of organ music. So Jack Hughes, that's in on that top line. Now for the lines with Duclair at left, Rink at right, Pedersen with Nieto in left, and holds that right also. Louisville's top line. Shot there to save. Going to the far side corner. Bring battle in the corner. Quite a few bodies there, but it gets it out to Jack Hughes. And feeds it over to Duclair with ease. Duclair on the forehand. Bottom of the left circle. The shot there to save. Down the corner is Moritz. Side right to the front of the backhand. Oh, what a chance, but Olmark says no. Duclair on the backhand. Spinning ground right to the front with the shot. And Olmark's got it. With the back of his legs. He closes it, keeps the puck tightly between his legs. So Jack Hughes and Pedersen once again use the face-off lane. Down low, and the Louisville Lions able to go out to center. North Sider pushing on through. And a shot to the net, saving off the toe of Elias Samsona. Probably brings along the right side. He was drifting on in. And he was shut down at the door. Here's Sam Hanzek. Over to Sam Bennett. There is Hanzek on the backhand. Hanzek able to get down to Sam Bennett back up high. The Louisville Lions, missed pass, trying to get over to McCarron, but he got it off the bounce. Off the boards, and turn over to Jack Hughes with Duclair. Duclair entering the zone for Orlando, but he lost possession and ends up back in the hands of the Louisville Lions. Lions are in their own zone. Seth Jones as the Lions try to work back into the offensive zone. A weak dump in. Orlando on a line change. So here is Pavel Zacha. Orlando still changing lines. Duclair on the back end. Benstrom just off the bench and a shot and a save. Back down along that left corner. Along the board. Testing. Alright, we're right back to it. Sorry about that. We're right back to the game. Mars is able to get a slap shot on goal. And here is Wayne Foote able to get out to center ice. And two bodies. He's almost sandwiched, but he's able to dump it in. Scooped up there in the trapezoid. There's Dakota Morris back on the other side for the Orlando Ocean, who goes out to center and comes from there. There's three Louisville Lions, but he still gets a shot to the front of the net in the Louisville zone and an easy save. Louisville Lions trying to gain control there, and they get back out to center. And the crowd erupting into a chant. Orlando takes it right back. Orlando able to move in the zone, the backhand Colton. Oh, he's wiped out as he tried to take a shot. And Sparrowsuit off the bench. Police players are no, what a drop off. That was unique. The shot there to save, scooped up by Simberg down in the right wing corner. Louisville Lions. Get on the behind the net. Louisville, good passing, holds right out in front. It was blocked. Here's Justin Bailey for the Orlando Ocean. Lost, didn't necessarily have a lot of speed, but didn't too many places to go as he ends up turning it over. Patterson able to get it out to Matt Nieto at center. Nieto, he lost room pretty quickly and ends up turning it over to Houston Valimaki, but he's fighting back for possession along the boards in the corner. Orlando Ocean able to get back out to the neutral zone, trying to re-enter offensive territory. Brodzinski. Orlando, they tried to pounce there, and it didn't work out too well. On the near side, it's Moritz Sider. Oh, Sider took a bit, but he gets the pass over to Pedersen. Nieto, shot there to save. Yusuf Valimaki. It's just a barely the far side of the corner along the goal line and it just skitters its way over to Samsonov. I shouldn't say skitters, actually, it softly slid to Eli Samsonov. So a big hit. Oh god, I said it like a minute ago. You know the big hit I said earlier. There was a huge hit behind the play. Moritz Sider, that's who it was, Moritz. Wavy beating the drum, the Orlando mascot. Shot there, blocked there, Sam on the backhand. He was talking. So Wavy is the Orlando Ocean mascot. Top of the left circle, shot there to save. He's like, you know, he's a whole shark and got the whole shark head. Slap shot save to the corner. It goes in the far side. Valimaki, Hanzik takes it right back. Over to John Merrill, a slap shot and a save. Another chance on goal. Didn't work out too well. Jack Hughes. On the near side, it's Anthony Duclair. Along the left wing forward. Duclair trying to move to his back end and then back to his forehand, but he lost it, but he got it right back. Up by Brandon God's top of the left circle. Bobby Brink on the backhand, right in the middle with a shot there. Just easy save off the backhand shot of Bobby Brink by Luna Solmar. No horn on for the whistle. Face off to the left of Luna Solmar in the Louisville zone. Off the draw, John Merrill and Hanzik. Orlando Ocean defense are going to clog up the lanes, and they successfully are able to do so as Gonstick gets it right over to Mike Vecchione. Vecchione the pass over to Smith. Smith holding on back to Vecchione right in the middle. Glove save. Elena Solmar going on for the whistle. So we're over halfway through with 8:12 remaining in period 2. 45 shots for the Louisville Lions, 28 for the Orlando Ocean. So Orlando Ocean still having more quantity of shots, but they seem to be having less quality shots than the Louisville Lions, as they trail 2-0. Sam Hanzik over the blue line off the face-off lane. Looking for that open lane, and takes a weak shot at the blocker there, and an easy save for Ilya Samsonov. Here comes Gantz up the ice with his teammates. Gantz from the middle with a shot and a save at the far side it goes. There's John Merrill. The Louisville Lions. Sam Bennett and there's Smith. Over to Gantz. Louisville Lions. And in the Orlando Ocean, the zone, a shot by Vecchione. A save to the corner it goes. Lions able to get it back in their own end. Here's John Merrill on the near side boards. John Merrill. Drop off Morgan Bear in the middle of the zone. And many bodies in the way broke up any sort of scoring chance that could have been available there. Wants the cross ice feed. Sandberg along the left wing. In the middle is Martin. Martin knocked off the puck by Ryan Gravel. On the back end, the drop off Liam Foudy. And we get with a shot, he scores! Liam Foudy with a snapshot right down Broadway for his first goal this season for the Louisville Lions. And it's 3-0 for the Lions there at the Wave Center in Orlando. I mean, that was a snapshot right downtown. Right between the circles. And there was just a wide, good open. He went far side too, getting past that right pad and the right blocker of Ilya Samsonov. The Lions lead 3-0. So 5:25 to go in period 2. Off the faceoff, Williams Johnston able to move back in with 30 once again. Johnson with a shot and usually save at the pad by Samsonov. Lions leading 3-0. The high slot with a grapple with a shot and a save. Barron trying to get a rebound. Sandberg in the way. Dakota Ramos gets it right back for the Orlando Ocean in their own territory. Martin back up the ice for Orlando, but he's surrounded by Louisville defenders. Another easy save with the pad turn to the near wall. They'll in the corner, just a bit of back check, trying to get with a shot to the front, but not able to have enough room to even get a good shot on target. Put it back the other way. Merrims took it away in his own zone. Here is Martin for the Orlando Ocean at center, moving over the line for 17. 98 number 83, able to get it over to White there along the near wall. White able to move on. The pass, Alexander Holt, save for the pad there. Holt's a rebound in the save. Another save by Samsona. Alexander Holt's up high, Snyder off the bench. Bobby Brank. Near side. Here's Jack Hughes. Go on. Oh, Hughes took a big hit and he's down. Oh, he's slow to get up. That's not good. Is he hurt? I think he might be hurt. Jack Hughes. He's going to the bench. That is not good news for the Orlando Ocean. Jack Hughes, he just took a big hit and then he was limping towards the bench. That is not good shot there and a save. And we're going to take a look at that. We're going to take a look at that. Is the Orlando Ocean's biggest star. Yeah, Jack Hughes, he's right back up here. So he's going down the ice. A bit of a deke, trying to move in. And then Moritz Sider wipes him out. And then he goes flat, like he gets, he gets hit, lands flat on his back, and he's going to the locker room. This is not good for Jack Hughes. Hope he's okay. And this is not good for the Orlando Ocean, because he is their star. Off the face-off win, Torrey Krug, Yusuf Alanaki able to rip one up. I'm just going to see how long is he out for. He could be out for a couple weeks, or he could be out for the rest of the season. We just have to see. There's Torrey Krug. Over the red line, able to move on it, and Pavelzaka is there. On the dropout, Sam Bennett took it back in the narrow boards. Anthony Duclair on the back end. Come on, Starlight. Duclair, nice spin with a shot and a save. Jack Hughes, the biggest star for the Orlando Ocean, takes a huge hit. And it's up in the air to see as to how long he'll be out. Down on the corner, Sam Bennett. There, Bennett again. Oh, a nice hit. And that's going to end it for Period 2. So Jack Hughes. It's a big hit off Moritz Sider. And the Louisville Lions also lead 3-0 after 2. We're going to the third. But we got a second intermission. Right after this, you're listening to the SIHL TV and radio network. Glad to have you tuning in here on a Tuesday night. So the big story, Jack Hughes goes down big time. So yeah, Jack Hughes. Yeah, that was the hit. I can go in instant replay and just see. So yeah, Jack Hughes, we're gonna take a look at it again. So so you can see Jack moves and the play starts up. Jack Hughes moving up that ice. Enters the zone, does this deke. So that and then there's Matt Nieto and then Moritz Sider. And then there's third Lloyd defenseman as well. Jack Hughes, he's trying to do a deke. And then you can see right at that moment, Moritz Sider, he turns. And then he waits, and then Jack Hughes, he's trying desperately to do two things at the same time here. He's trying to get out of the way, and then he's also trying to get the shot off. What ends up happening here is Jack Hughes, you can see, he runs out. Well, first, what ends up happening? Look how much room there is. And he's going probably 25 miles an hour down the ice. And then Moritz Sider, what he does is you can see he stops here and he faces his right shoulder towards Jack Hughes. He slowed down and he's come to a stop. And you can see there's the collision to Jack Hughes. And Jack Hughes is not only knocked off the puck, he goes straight on his back. And the puck goes free. He is down on the ice. And that hits him. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, you would think it looks like he's gonna bump into him shorter, and then in the last second, Moritz Seider, he turns right back and then basically goes like he almost slammed, not like a body slam, but he slams his body. Well, he doesn't actually slam. He lets Jack Hughes slam into him, and then Jack Hughes, you can see he goes down to the ice, and then he's holding. Actually, I thought it was his shoulder. It looks like he's holding his hip. Not his hip. He's like stomach slash chest area. Stomach and chest area. That's what he's just going. I mean, I know it's a standard. It's an EA animation, but so we'll see how that goes. That's the main thing. Louisville scores another one. They lead 3-0. Both teams have 33 shots. What does this mean for Orlando? That's kind of because Orlando, I know they wanted to protect him, and they failed. I got a little worried after that. He seemed okay after the initial, like, you know, I don't remember what it was, but he was at the bench. I think his arm he was hugging, but he felt fine enough to go back out and play. So we'll see how period 3 goes. Orlando Ocean and the Louisville Lions. You're listening to the SIHL TV and Radio Network. Final 20 minutes here of this one. Louisville Lions and the Orlando Ocean. You got the White Center in Orlando. Second of the 3-game set. Louisville won 4-3. I believe they won 4-3, but I'm going to double check just to make sure. So, there to the net in Louisville zone, and a save down there in the far corner is Bobby Brink paddling along the boards there. Yeah, 4-3 Louisville win yesterday. Here's Moritz Seider. He takes a hit, and he's right back up there, so able to move their center. Thomas Hurley is there. Top of the right wheel single, force to the wall. Holtz comes in the middle. The pass Patterson, good cycling by the Louisville Lions here. Nieto on the backhand, moving more at center up high. The shot blocked there, and Nieto couldn't really get a shot away. Nieto back in the corner. Goes back up high to Moritz Seider. Great cycling by the Louisville Lions on the stretch shot there, blocked by Bobby Brink. And he finally gets it out to center for the Orlando Ocean. Bobby Brink. Maybe the drop-off pass didn't work out too well. Like a new player. Bobby Brink. Top of the circle, through in the middle, works on a shot. Alexander Holtz. Battling on the corner there. That one. Over the near side, here's Moritz Seider. Matt Nieto there. On the rush with a bit of speed. Matt Nieto moving in. Top of the left circle, shot there in the save. Ilya Samsonov. I think I'm going to turn the injury setting down because we have been often enough. It's worth turning down. A lot of big players are getting injured. On the face up high, more side of the way, top of the left circle, shot there, slap shot, and save to the far corner, goes and out of play. And we'll have a face-off. 3-0 Louisville. Johnny Brodzinski and Sam Aaron face-off with his Torrey Krug on the far side. He's on his back end, able to get over to Huso Valimaki. Able to dump it in deep, goes deep in the zone. Seth Jones is there along the inner side. Cross ice over to John Mayo, over to Zach McCarron. Sam Martin on the far side here is Johnny Brodzinski. Able to dump it back in the zone, able to go in deep. Seth Jones on the far side with John Merrill. There's the line, Seth Jones on the back end, able to get out to center. There's Justin Bailey about to get right back in the zone, able to dump it in. So Jones, long lead pass to Sam Honzek, able to move over the red line, dumps it in. Deep of the zone it goes, Huso Valimaki, Ross Fulton is there in his own zone for the Louisville Lions as they go back the other way. With 14:40 to go in the third, here's Emil Benstrom with a shot glove save, Linus Omar. On the face-off window to Memphis with a shot there and a save down the corner. Here's Liam Footing. Last time was a really fun game. The Austin Bandit that we hosted, the Austin Bandits and the Houston Honey Badgers. And the night before that, yes, last night's Houston game, they played in Houston. Austin was down 3-0. And then they won 4-3 in overtime. Houston was down 3-0, and they won 4-3 over Austin in overtime. And then last night was literally the exact reverse. Oh, not exactly, because Houston. Oh, I think Houston. Yeah, Houston scored 2. Austin tied the game, back-to-back goals, and they took the lead 3-2 over Houston. Then Houston came back and tied it at 3, and then the Bandits won it 4-3 in overtime. It was a really fun game. I will post the highlights are already out of it. I'll post the live stream probably right after this. I'll start recording it. Not directly after because I got to record it. It'll take like an hour, but I'll post it before bed. So you have the live recording. Pavel Zacha leaves Paris from the face-off win. Sandberg there, shot and blocked on the far side it goes. Here's Sandberg able to move on in. Gravel takes it back on the near side boards there as Paris falling right over to Elias Pettersson. Pettersson able to find Matt Nieto, top of the left circle. There is Moritz Seider along the wall, able to get over to Elias Pettersson there. Oh, what a hit! Pass over there to Pavel Zacha. Left side, left time. Moritz Seider back on the narrow boards. There is Alexander Holtz. Able to get out to center. Alexander Holtz in the circle up the line. Matt Nieto is there. There's a shot there, no save. Sandberg there, able to get over to Emil Bemstrom. Easy shot and easy save. Only the Solmark able to hold on for the whistle. Pavel Zacha, same but now, the face-off win, slap shot there, wide of the net, scooped up on the near side. There's Moritz Seider along the right wing to the middle. It is Sam Hanzek. Able to move in, top of the circle. Shot there and a save, Torrey Krug. Here's Anthony Duclair. Able to go right side, Pavel Zacha moving back in the middle. Orlando Ocean. By ring, able to rip one slap shot and a save there on the far corner is Zach McKieran. There's Yusuf Alamaki there. In the far corner in the middle is Torrey Krug. Pavel Zacha near side. Backhand Krug able to move on, and he scores! First goal of the season for Torrey Krug. And the Orlando Ocean are on the board. So, it took a bit of puck sound, and finally they got something going. And then Torrey Krug beats Linus Solmark on that lower blocker. And the Orlando Ocean on the board. They trail 3-1. On the face-off win, it's Moritz Seider able to. There's Zach McKieran able to rip one wide of the goal. On the far side, it's Zach McKieran. Back behind the net is Sam Bennett. In front of the shot there in the save, Torrey Krug out to center. With Duclair. Bybrink able to move over the line. Duclair in the middle. Back and forth for the shot there, saves. And Seider able to sweep up the puck and get it back the other way for the Louisville Lions as they go back up ice. Back end, McKieran able to move in the middle. As Hanzek is in the corner, he's pressured there. He's into the wall. McKieran there, a few bodies in that corner battling for that loose puck. It's kicked to the other side of the boards. McKieran is there for the Lions. He's kept in. Starting with a shot and glove saved by Samsonov. And Hanzek back up high, Seth Jones. Over to McCurry, the shot, he missed the net. Along the blue line is Meredith Jones. Jones, top of the left circle again. Hanzek weak shot there. The puck gets by the net. Samsonov's got it. He got lucky there. That almost went in. That almost won the net. So, face off to the right of Ilya Samsonov. Orlando able to win it in their own end. Martin on center for the Ocean. Middle takes it away in the backhand. And he feeds it. Liam Footy took a back hit. Morgan Berry over to Dylan Sandberg. Dakota Murmas able to find Johnny Brodzinski on the backhand. Brodzinski over to Martin with a shot and a save. Brodzinski down low in the corner, able to go back up high for Dylan Sandberg. Over to Dakota Murmas. Break with a shot and the save there. Morgan Berry back on the near side. And Foodie is there as well. And Foodie feeding out Jones with a shot and a save. Ilya Samsonov. And he holds on for the whistle. On the face-off win, Sandberg is there on the far side. Battling with the clearly this person is there. Pulls in the middle, right to the front with a shot. Oh, what a save, Ilya Samsonov. Really nice save, Ilya Samsonov. The face-off went down Sandberg on the far corner for the Louisville Lions. For the Orlando Ocean. Sandberg able to get out to the neutral zone. Here comes Anthony Duclair for the Orlando Ocean. Top of the left circle, moving on in the back and right to the front with a pass. Good shot and a save by Elena Solmark. Louisville Lions lane 3-1. Just going to hold on for the final 3 minutes of this one. Here's Alexander Holtz over the blue line. Nice off with a shot and a save, and it trickles in. He scores! Alexander Holtz puts one past Ilya Samsonov. It just trickles in for his first goal of the season. And the Louisville Lions lead it 4-1. So he just gets a shot, and Samsonov saves it, but he doesn't save all of it. Just a simple wrist shot. And Samsonov, what he does, he leaves that, he leaves the right side of the net open, and then it's just enough room for that puck to trickle in. On the face-off win, Dylan Sandberg over to Ross Colton. Final 2 minutes and 35 seconds. In this one, Ross Colton, Dakota Murmas is there as well. Sandberg in the middle. There's Seth Jones. Back on the near side is Sam Honzek. Sam Honzek over the blue line, able to move on in down low. Shot there in a save. Samsonov able to hold on with the whistle. 1:49 remaining in period 3. With 45 shots on goal with the Lions. 44 on goal for the Orlando Ocean. Pavelzaka took the face up against Sam Bennett. You're listening to the SIHL TV and Radio Network. Glad to have you tuning in. The camera able to get over to Dylan Sandberg right through center and over the blue line. Slipped up by Hurley in the center of Sam Bennett. Able to move right on in. And Sam Hansek, he was tried to enter, but there was no open lane. Now he finds Buchanan, who does get in the zone, but Sandberg takes it right back. Here's Pavel Zaka. Zaka over to Ross Colton. Colton hugging the wall there. The pass over to Benstrom. And a glove save up high for Lena Solmark, holding on for the whistle with less than a minute to go. Exactly 51.4 seconds remain. Out the draw. Orlando shot there from the high slot and a save. It was a slap shot. We'll mark the save and we'll do it all over again. So we'll have another face-off. So Louisville will win again. This will be the Orlando Ocean's 4th loss. Another glove save on a slap shot. There's 7 minutes out to center. And this will be the Lions' third game, and they won all. They're going to win all 3 of their first 3 games. Meanwhile, the Orlando Ocean losing all 4 of their first 4. So the Orlando Ocean, and now in losing Jack Hughes, it's going to be a big blow to the Orlando Ocean. Gone south to face off. Pass over to Martin. Maybe a rip one from the top of the left circle. Easy save there. Kicked up high to Kevin Ball, moving in the middle, barely in the slot with a shot save in the middle. Rolling a Solmar with 19.8 to go. Louisville Lions like a 4-1, 19 seconds remaining here in regulation. To be the Louisville Lions' third win in their first 3 games. Meanwhile, Orlando is still searching for the first win as the final seconds tick down here at the Wave Center for the Orlando Ocean. Belly on the back end, up high over to Kevin Ball and to rip one. And he scores in the final few seconds of this one. Kevin Ball with his first goal of the season for the Orlando Ocean. And they've cut the lead to just 2. So they have not 1 but 2 goals in this game. Top draw tip from the point. Off a defender's stick. And off of a Louisville stick. And into the net past the blocker of Linus Solmar. The Marks are going to get the win, of course. And the Lions will still win the game. They'll just win it 4-2 instead of 4-1. So cover the final face-off of this one. So final seconds ticking down. You know, we'll get one more shot on goal. And stop shot and a save. And then we'll run out the clock. And the Louisville Lions win this one. The second of this 3-game series. As they just need one more game to sweep the Orlando Ocean. So there's 3-game set of 3 games in a row against the Orlando Ocean. So, and you're listening to the SIHL TV and Radio Network. The post-game show is next on the SIHL TV and Radio Network. So your final score, Orlando 4. The final score is Louisville 4 and Orlando 2. I repeat, Louisville 4 and the Orlando Ocean just 2. This is the SIHL post-game show. Hello and welcome to the SIHL post-game show. This time it's Louisville Lions and the Orlando Ocean. Louisville Lions with their 3rd straight win, and the Orlando Ocean with their 4th straight loss of their first 4 games. So Louisville has won all their games, Orlando has lost all their games. So, take a look at your post-game show. Almost 100 shots in this game. Decently high shot total. A lot over 100 hits in this game. A lot of hits. And you turn down both the hit meter. I need to turn down the hits, the hits, and I need to turn down the injuries in this game. So Jack Hughes, the big story, Jack Hughes goes down in this one. The top player for the Orlando Ocean. 9 face-offs won for the Orlando Ocean to Louisville's 18. Orlando had better stats and everything, but they lost 4-2. I mean, they scored 2 goals, one of them being in the final 10 seconds.